Okay, so I will share my screen. And I hope now you see MCLL homepage, our new homepage, which is really nice, but not the topic of this session. How do we register for MCLL study group? So you would go to our website first. You go to our website either by clicking, typing directly in your browser window mcgill.ca/MCLL. That's the most direct way to find us. Or you can just Google MCLL, and one of the first results will be this page. So once you're here, we redesigned our website slightly and hope it's clearer. So if you want to register for study groups, you will click on the study group page and scroll down to find the study group that you want. Also, do take note, on this link you can see the schedule. This link will give you instructions step by step with screenshots how to register, and we're also hoping to post this video as well. But we also hoping that just by navigating through the website, the steps will be clear. So I enabled two study groups this morning, and I will demonstrate how to register for those. So you will read through the calendar, you will choose the study group that you want, and then you go here, register for this study group. Once you click on this link, you're taken outside of the MCLL website, and you are now on a TINA registration page. The description is repeated here, and now we want to work with this block here. So whenever you see a plus, that means this can be expanded. So here we were going to say expand. And then this block also gives you some additional information about the study group, what type of the study group it is, the time, the date, and the moderators. So now this is basically online shopping model. You will add your study group to the cart. And now you have two options, close or checkout. You will only go to checkout if you are done shopping. But if you want to add another study group, you will say close. So you can go back to the previous page by clicking on the back arrow, go back arrow, or you can click here. So let's use this one, go back to MCLL programs, and then you will follow this link, continue to MCLL study groups and lectures, and you're back on study group page. In this case, I would like to add another study group, which is here. And the same thing, I will expand and add to cart. Okay, at this point, I'm done with study groups. I'm going to say close. I can also go on checkout, but I'm going to say close just to point out a couple of other things. So when you're on this page, you also see your cart. So that's good to know, because sometimes people end up adding courses and then they stop, and then they go back and they try to add the courses again, and then the system won't let them. So if you go back to your cart, if you go back on the web page, when you're here, do take a look at the shopping cart and whether there is something in your shopping cart. And then you can just click on the shopping cart and continue. Okay. So we have added two study groups, and now we want to add some lectures. So I'm going to go back. And now I'm going to the lectures page. So lectures are presented on the website a little bit in a different way. To register for all lectures, you will follow this link. and you can scroll down for lecture descriptions. So as you see, unlike study groups, lectures, each lecture does not have a link, a separate link. So you can browse here, scroll down, read what we are offering, but to register, you go here. So now all the lectures are now on the same page. And to register for lectures, you will expand and add to cart. I'm going to close because I want to add another lecture. And this is the only one that's available at the moment. I'm going to expand and add to cart. Now I'm done. I added 2 study groups and 2 lectures, and I'm going to click on the checkout. So now I'm in my cart. I have 2 study groups. I have 2 lectures. At this point, you can still change your mind. You can remove, you can go back, you can add more. But let's say I'm happy with my choices and I'm going on checkout. Okay, so in my case, I have Athena credentials and I'm just going to go here and log in. So this is the place where you enter your Athena credentials. For the ones who are new users, you will just go here and enter your email and start creating your account. However, for the people who are new users, I really advise you not to wait for the registration date to create your profile. When you're on our website, on one of the page, I'll show you when I go back, you can go just directly to Athena page, and there you can create your username and password. So in my case, I'm just going to log in. And you see, you will be automatically charged the membership fee. Don't be confused by the 0 fee for study groups. You will just add them to the cart, and then you will be charged automatically. At the bottom of your cart, you will have the membership, full membership fee. Check your cart, check the price, and click on checkout. Here, for the ones who have Athena credentials, this page, you really do not need to change anything. Once you're logged in into your Athena profile, just continue your checkout. Sometimes things can be confusing for people because they see here email address and like, oh, there's nothing here. No, there is. It's right here. The same for your address. Don't type anything here. Your address is listed here. So as long as you have your profile and you don't need to update anything, just continue your checkout. Here's your cart once again. You don't need to do this questionnaire, but you need to accept the policy. Continue checkout, and this is where you enter your credit card information and you say process transaction. So those would be the steps. I'm just going to go. So here, look, if I, at this point also, I can click on my cart. I will see the cart again, and I can remove study groups, which I will do now so that it's not confusing. Okay, remove. I will go back. Okay, I'll go back to MCLL here. To show you how you can, so you can test if your Athena credentials are working. When you're on our website, again, you have our homepage, you have about MCLL, you have study groups and lectures page, members page, moderators page. This is a useful page. I'm just going to show it to you quickly. You have instructions what to do if you've forgotten your Athena username and password, and then how to register for a study group, how to drop a study group, and other useful instructions here. When you go here, student instructor login, and then you click on Athena login. So again, even before the registration start, go to this page, check your username and password. If they're not working, try to retrieve them by clicking on forgot username or forgot password. If you click on forgot username, they will send it to you on your email. If you click on forgot password, you will receive a link to reset your password. And if this is the first time you are registering, just go here, I'm a new user, enter your email address and create your account. You can really do this before you choose our courses, and I strongly advise you to do this before December the 2nd. If you still have problems with retrieving your username and password, send us an email like today, and someone will call you before December 2nd to help you set up your username and password, because from what we've seen, this is where the most problems arise. I'm gonna stop sharing now. We have some, let me check the chat and I'll see who has their hands raised. I should
Cynthia has her hand up.
Okay, it should say, okay, yeah, okay, I'm gonna check about that membership fee. That's a good point. Let me just write it down. Okay, so can you unmute people who have their hands, please?
Yeah.
So, or you want me to do it?
I've got muted.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
Okay, so just two very quick questions. The first one is, should we remind people to enter their personal email? What do we do if they have the McGill email? To not use their McGill email?
Well, they can use any email they want. They just have to make sure they have access to that email. It's absolutely your personal preference which email you will enter in your student account here. So it's not like before when we had to use McGill emails to register. Here it's your personal account. It's like accounts you have with Amazon or other platforms that use online shopping. You decide which personal information you will add here. Most of you have now your personal emails, so if that's easier for you, use your personal emails, and that's where everything will be sent.
Perfect. The second one is, I was taking notes, so maybe I didn't see it, but when you were registering for study groups, I saw the price as 0.
Yes.
But somehow it added up at the bottom. What
exactly?
Will that still happen? What is the price for a study group so I can tell somebody who?
$110. $110 for 20 weeks of study groups. So there is no no limitations in that sense. The only thing you have to keep in mind, either register for 2, you can only register for 2 10-week study groups, or 1 10-week study group, 2 5-week study groups, or 4 5-week study groups. So that's the only restriction that you have.
So it's 110 regardless if you take 1 or 2.
Yes, and then lectures are $10 for each lecture.
Okay.
And now you can also only register for study groups. You can also only register for lectures, or you can register for both. So, but anyways, people should know that if you register for lectures only, then you do not get the McGill ID number and membership benefits.
Laura has her hand up.
Yes, hi, thank you. I just understood you to say you can only take a total of 20 weeks, or you can take more than that?
You can take a total of 20 weeks.
Pardon?
A total of 20 weeks.
Okay, and so say you're, will you know if the course is already full on that same day?
Exactly.
And then you have to choose something else?
Yes.
So you can only take equivalent of 2 10-week courses, you can't take more than that?
No. So it should be the 20 weeks total. So it's either 2 10-week study groups or the combination that gives you the total of 20. And on December the 2nd, when you click on register here, that gray square, will, when you expand the gray square, it will, rectangle, it will say full, join waiting list. So if something is full, it will just prompt you to join the waiting list.
But say you're on a waiting list, so you don't know if you're going to get in or not. So should you register for other
Yes.
courses instead?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and then if the waiting list clears, you have to cancel one of those courses to take the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you will still be allowed to join it, and then you just have to either drop it yourself or let us know so we can cancel it for you.
Okay, so you can't pay more than $110 and take more than 2 courses?
No, I mean, you can take more than 2 courses if they're 5-week courses.
No, more than 20 weeks total.
However, what we do, we really want to make the system really fair for everybody.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, you can register for the 20 weeks of courses, study groups. And then when the registration is over, and about a week or 2 before the classes start, we send a list of all the study groups that are still available to everybody. And then we open a registration and people can add the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, as many study groups as you want. We just want to make sure that people just choose 2 or 3 study groups initially so that everybody gets a chance to get into some study. You're welcome.
Yeah, I have a question.
Denise has her hand up.
Yes. I just want to know, Anna, if, just a minute, I'll put myself on video. I just want to know if I have a credit because a lecture was canceled. How do we apply that credit? Can we? And second question, you mentioned 2 or 3 study groups. Is it 2 or is it 3?
It's the total of 20. So if you take 10, if you want to take 10 week, I mean, it doesn't, you choose it based on the topic, but it's either 2 10-week study groups, but then if you have 2 5-week study group, you can take a 3rd one that it's 10, or you can take 4, but they have to be 5 weeks each. So that's
got you. Thank you so much.
And for your credit, if you have a credit, then you need to send us an email and we will register you and apply the credit.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Frida has her hand up.
Yeah, I'm just,
Oh, someone's sharing their screen.
yeah,
Me.
I'm just wondering when we'll receive the recording of this lecture.
The recording of the lecture?
Yeah, of this session. When will we receive a
Oh, I will try and download it and post it immediately.
Oh, that's great.
Today
Okay.
during the day, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, good.
Can I just ask? So I'll send you an email because I registered and the class was canceled. So when I apply, can you hear me?
Yes, can you just start again because there was some noise?
So I registered last semester, but the class was canceled at the very end. So I'm going to send you an email that I have a credit of $110.
Okay.
And if I register, how do I do this now if I register for the
Well,
next
send us an email so we can check exactly what happened with your account and the class. Usually, I'm not sure about the class that was canceled at the very end.
There was Mrs. Harrington, and I never heard back from you.
Okay, no problem. So just send us and I can look into your account. So if you have maybe we refunded you, or if you still have a credit, that's very obvious on your account, and you will just send us an email what you would like to take and we will apply that credit.
Can I just remind people, because we have 79 people in the room, if you start putting your hand up, I can't see all the screens. So if you click on the participants list, there's a little blue hand and you can click on the hand and that puts your hand up. And the advantage is you go in the order in which your hand went up. So I see right now that there's Toby who has her hand up. and she'll be next.
I
And-
see Robert Oxlade also has his hand up for a while, but Susan's right. It's much easier for us to see you. You're spread over 3 screens. So let's take Toby's questions and Robert's, and then take it from there. The only thing is, everybody's frozen for me right now.